Hey there and welcome to After Work. My name is Valentine, and in this channel we talk about various data science topics that are important when you're starting out your data science career. If such topics interest you, be sure to subscribe to this channel. Alright, so let's get started with our topic of the day: how to become a data science manager. So we're going to be talking about what who a data science manager is. We're going to be talking about what are the kinds of skills that they're required to have. That's pertaining business wise. That's the business skills as well as the technical skills. We're also going to talk about the responsibilities that they're expected to do, and also mention a few kinds of projects that they're expected to cover. And towards the very end of today's video, we're going to be talking about the strategies that you can undertake if you want to become a data science manager. How do you become a data science manager? So we'll talk about two strategies on that end. All right, so let's begin with definition of who a data science manager is. So this is a person who is responsible for helping an organization leverage on data through working with a team to provide valuable direction and insights for, say, the management to make informed decision. So a data science manager would typically report to a senior management within an organization, and they often serve to act as spokespersons for the department. That's the team, the data science team, which that particular role can require that the data science manager have some verbal and communication skills that break down the complexities of data science for management to be able to understand what exactly are the insights that the data science team were able to uncover from the data that they have. So data science managers would lead a team comprised of different specialists. It could be data scientists, analysts, architects, data engineers, statisticians, business analysts, administrators, that's database administrators. So in terms of understanding of all the roles, data science managers usually need to have a firm understanding of what those particular roles entails, the expectations, how do say one particular role work with the other role. They need to understand the dynamics between having such a team. That way they can always be able to negotiate between different parties who are within a particular team, and that of course would lead to efficiency if done the right way. So in terms of the skills that a data science manager is required to have, when it comes to the business skills, they need to be able to effectively communicate and also be able to relate with team members, as well as the management, senior management, be able to break down the complexities, the complex terms. When it comes to data science, they break down to have an easier explanation of what does it mean, say, to have a metric that the data science team has been able to uncover about possibly the data that they have. In terms of business skills as well, the data science business managers need to have the ability to meet deadlines and to manage project delivery. They're going to be managing projects done by data science teams, so they need to be able to understand how that whole project management process works, and how they can be able to effectively deliver data science projects for the organization. They also need to have excellent report writing and presentation skills, because most of the times they're going to be the glue between the technical team as well as the management team. They're going to be presenting what has been uncovered to the management team. They also need to have some critical thinking and problem solving capabilities, knowing, say, what tools are appropriate for certain for solving certain kinds of business problems, how what's the most effective way of using those tools, what kinds of sets of skills are required, and when do you require those skills when it comes to a project. That way they can be able to optimize the whole team whenever it comes to working on different kinds of projects. In terms of the technical skills, data scientists, data science business managers would need to have a good understanding of how the process of working on data science projects entails, like, being able to know how to break down business problems into data problems, being able to know the kinds of technologies used for data collection. It could be SQL, it could be NoSQL, just having an idea of a basic idea of what those tools entails, when do you use them, or what are some of the popular approaches when it comes to using such tools, are effective when it comes to solving for problems. Data exploration, they need to understand how to explore data generally with, say, something like Excel. Same case with a bit of R, a bit of Python, as well as performing data cleaning, knowing the implications of not cleaning in data. Say, in a good example, if they were to be presented with a particular solution to a certain data science problem, they need to ask questions which would ensure that standards are still upheld when it comes to solving for problems by the data science team. So they need to ensure that they know, okay, this particular project, there were these techniques which were employed. Why not these other sets of techniques? So just having an idea overall of the technical capabilities, and also having an idea of when to use those particular skills. They also need to be able to understand how to present, like data visualization, how to present data visually, because they're going to be doing a lot of presentation, and data visualization using visualization tools is core, especially when it comes to presentation. A bit of analysis as well as presentation. So they do not necessarily need to know the technical bits, like the theory, the algorithms, how they work, the ins and outs. They do not necessarily need to know all of that, but they need to know why do you use them in certain cases and why not, and know fairly just a good understanding of the best technologies or methodologies to use in certain kinds of projects. That way they are, whenever they're presented with data science solutions, they can be able to critique, they can be able to assess on whether a data science solution will be helpful for an organization. When it comes to responsibilities, the number one thing that data science managers would need to do is to be able to identify and recruit a team of various specialists when it comes to a data science team, like data science engineers, data scientists, data analysts. Know which roles fit in where, and so they need to be able to know how to build a data science team, and it's something that you're going to be expected if you want to become a data science manager. They also need to know how to set goals and priorities for a data science team, to know which goals exactly would be would make sense for an organization to work on when it comes to the data science department. That way, if it's a matter of maybe revenue, it's if a KPI that they need to achieve, it's about revenue, they also need to align the team towards that particular goal. They also need to be able to identify problems within the organization that needs to be solved by the data science department. So they are the sort of the advisor to the management team on the kinds of problems that the organization can solve for them to be able to get to the goal that they need to get to. So they need to ensure that they know how to identify problems within an organization. They also need to know how to develop strategies to solve for the problems that they have been able to identify. So once they have identified problems, maybe they need to an organization needs to focus more on optimization of the processes within maybe the operations department, and they could a data science manager would need to develop a strategy that entails how now do we get to the solution that helps us optimize, say, the operations within an organization. They need to be able to develop custom reports, also have an ability to come up with just analytical conclusions that are well backed by the data that the data science team will have come up with. And lastly, just being able to oversee the work and career development of the data team members. That way you don't have people coming into a team then 3 months later leaving because it seems that they did not see where career-wise the whole the whole role in the team is heading. So they also need to be able to oversee career development when it comes to the specialists in the data science team. So in terms of projects, normally data science managers would work on reports and analysis, and that's what they would be presenting to management so they need to be well versed on how to create reports and present that, whether in written form, whether in presentation form. They need to be able to do that. So if you want to become a data science business manager, where do you start? The common route for data science business managers is usually to start by learning data science and gaining work experience within the data science field, getting to understand the dynamics, how teams work, even though you would still be having some technical know-how, and just to understand where do you use some technologies and where do you not use them. If you are to go into an organization, where do you start? If you are the solo data scientist, and how do you grow from one particular point to the other? So just having an experience on how the data science field works, and this might still involve just going through a boot camp. Then after a boot camp, working as a data analyst, junior, maybe data scientist, going through that maybe 3-4 years, 5 years, becoming a senior data scientist, then later onwards shifting to becoming now a data science manager, where you manage a team. So that is one route that you could undertake. The second route would be maybe to manage a data science team from the perspective of project management. Say in an organization that you work in, you have a team that is comprised of personnel who work in with data on a daily basis, but in terms of delivery of content, that could be a problem. So you need to be able to know how to work around with people when it comes to managing projects, and you could start off by undertaking such projects and being able to manage projects done by teams if there are no persons around. So that's a bit about how to become a data science manager. We talked about who a data science manager is, the kinds of skills that they're expected to have, as well as the responsibilities, the project, and where do they start. All right, so that's it about this particular topic. If you'd like to get informed about future videos that we post, be sure to subscribe to this channel and like this video so that other persons who have similar interest might be recommended to by YouTube to watch it and also get some insights. And see you in the next video.